like, she's a writer and producer for these shows, right? Like, she's not just a...
Yes. Yeah, screenwriter, television producer, film director, film producer.
She does all of it.
Yeah. She does it all.
She owns ABC.
Oh, yeah. She's doing life right.
She is.
Hi, welcome.
Hi, Wisdom Fiction.
I'm Spencer.
And I'm Kristen.
And today we're talking about book 2 in the Bridgerton series. The Viscount Who Loved Me.
The Viscount.
It's such a funny name.
I was about to say, did you learn new words reading some of these books with, like, the titles and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Viscount's not hard. There's one, a Marquise.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one that always gets me.
Yeah.
But I can say it now. Unless I just said it wrong, then I can't say it.
That's like...
So these books are, like, really... So this is... I bought this on Amazon, and I didn't know I was getting this tiny little squatty version. I hate the size of this book so much. It doesn't match any of the other ones I have.
It's stumpy.
It's stumpy. It's like the ones that I think they're called mass market paperbacks.
Ugh.
And, like...
It's just not pleasing.
It's not. And, like, the inside, like, looks ugly, too. It's, like, tiny little letters.
Yeah. Oh, a bookmark. I forgot I was in there.
I'm glad I did that then. But yes, it's book 2 in the Bridgerton novels, and this one follows our eldest son,
The eldest son,
Anthony Bridgerton.
In the show, they say Anthony.
Anthony.
They don't really pronounce the H.
The TH.
They're like, there's no th here. Anthony.
Anthony.
Oh man, but yeah, so it's Anthony's journey. What would you rate this book?
This is one of my favorite ones.
Okay.
Well, why are you saying like that?
I think I'm looking forward to getting to the books where I haven't seen the TV show yet.
Oh, okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Because all I could do was compare it, and I was just like...
Yeah, that's fair. I think I would give this one a 4. I like this one.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'd probably give it a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. It changed so much stuff, though.
He's a completely different person in this book.
It's wild.
It is.
I'm just like... It's night and day.
He's like... Oh, sorry. So if you have not read this...
Go away.
Go away. We'll also be spoiling the TV show if you haven't seen the second season of Bridgerton.
Yeah, go away.
So, go away.
Even though they changed so much.
Yeah. I feel like he's not as much of a rake in this book.
It's like...
He's mostly just got daddy issues.
Yeah, and, like, he has, like, a rake reputation, but he kind of alludes to, like, yeah, I like it because it kind of, like...
Keeps him away from me.
Yeah, and it's just, like... But he's not...
Like, in the TV show, he's, like, hooking up with an opera singer.
And in this one, he's just flirting with her. It doesn't seem like they've, like, hooked up yet. Like, he does meet her, but it doesn't seem like he's...
Yeah.
He's explicitly hooking up with her.
Yeah. Like, paying her bills.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's got an apartment for her.
Yeah. No, that's like sketch.
Yeah,
like that's intense.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a lot less. He still has the daddy issues.
A lot of daddy issues.
In the book, he's not with his dad when he dies.
Oh, I don't remember that.
He's not with her.
Which is less traumatic.
He's not with him. He, like, comes home, he, like, walks in the house, and Daphne's, like, in tears, and she tells him that he's died.
Yeah.
And, like, it's from a bee sting.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's not with him. And in the book, he has, like, his whole thing in the TV show is that, like, I don't want to marry for love because I don't want
heartbreak.
I don't want somebody basically to, like, have that kind of...
Oh, he thinks he's gonna die.
He thinks he's gonna die in the book.
That's right. He, like, thinks he's not gonna make it past the age his dad died.
Yeah.
He's, like, 28 or something ridiculous.
38.
38.
Yeah. It's weird.
He's, like, basically, it's, like, not even, like, an upsetting, it's just, like, a fact to him.
Yeah. He's like,
I know I'm gonna die at 38.
Yeah. It's weird.
It is weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not really in the show at all.
No.
He doesn't have that
His
issue.
whole thing in the show is, like, I don't want to be like my mom was if I love someone and they die.
Which makes more sense.
Yeah, in the book he's like, I don't want to die and leave somebody I love behind.
Yeah.
Because he knows he's like, I know I'm going to die early. I'm like,
yeah,
what?
it's really interesting.
Yeah, I'm like, this is it's very different.
I forgot about that.
Let's see, let me get my notes. Oh, Kate is a lot younger in the book. She's 21 in the book. In the show, she's 26.
And she's old in the show.
Yeah, and she's still old in the she's still old in the book.
She's 21.
Can we just talk about for a second if we were in Regency England?
We would be spinster. No, what would you say?
Old age.
We'd be old age.
We'd be past spinster stage. We wouldn't be like, oh, there's the spinster sister. No, we would be straight up old maids.
We would be like
a lost cause.
Yeah.
People wouldn't even think about us.
No, they might let us be chaperones for the 12-year-olds walking around, I guess.
Yeah. Oh.
So how old is her little sister then? 17?
She's 17.
Okay.
So, but they're both out
in society. Yeah.
In society.
Yeah, that's true.
They both get presented because they were waiting to be out at the same time to so they didn't have to
the finances.
Yeah. So yeah, she's 17. Edwina's 17. Kate's 18.
The family thing is still
21.
the same though. It's her dad is dead, but her stepmom has taken her in.
Yeah, but in the book, in the show, she calls her mom.
Yeah.
In the book, she doesn't.
They're a lot closer in the show.
Yeah, she calls her Mary, and I'm like, that was weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it. It was just interesting because they talk about Kate finding someone and whatnot. And,
yeah.
You get that in the show from Miss Danbury, oh, don't you want this for yourself?
Yeah.
But not from anybody else, really. Kind of is.
I wonder if they aged her up for the show too because Anthony's older. It'd be kind of weird if he went with a 21-year-old.
That's fair.
I don't know how old he's supposed to be in the books. But if Daphne was 19, he's at least 5 years older than that.
Yeah.
If she popped him out one at a time.
Yeah.
Almost.
He might not be 30, but pushing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a little less weird in the show.
Yeah. One of my biggest takeaways was and I think it was true for the Duke and I too, there's a lot less animosity in the book. There's not as much tension.
I think it's because it's a true romance. It's not. It's going to be more cozy and less stressful.
It was way less stressful. I was oh, is this what? There was a whole scene where Edwina's not home and the housekeeper's oh, why don't you walk Kate to where Edwina is, because he's still trying to court Edwina. And they walk the dog there and the dog gets loose. And there's a whole scene where it's just they're chasing this dog and it goes on for so long. And I'm just how long are they going to chase this dog? And then the dog ends up pushing Edwina into a creek or some water or something. And that was one of the first times where Anthony actually gets mad. He's mad at Kate because he's your dog did this to Edwina kind of thing. And Kate's it's not my fault.
Yeah.
But she is less combative in the book than she is in the TV show. It's weird.
Yeah.
Because Kate's so just whatever, and
I love her in the show.
Oh, in the show, and she's not like that in the book. Also, they downplay her beauty in the book. They're oh, she's really not that much to look at. And I'm she's beautiful in the book, in the TV show. Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Yeah,
it's so weird.
It is. It's the only thing they can think of is why a woman isn't married by that age for her to be plain looking.
Yes.
If she was pretty, she'd already be off the market.
Oh, yeah.
It's the only thing they can tell you.
Yeah. Oh, and they so in the book, they're at some party. They're not in the country yet.
Mm-hmm.
They're at some party, and Kate accidentally overhears him talking to the opera singer, and that's how she learns. It's different from the TV show. Yeah. That's how she learns, where he's oh, I'll take a wife, but I won't love her, and I'll just keep a mistress.
And that's why she doesn't want that for Edwina, right?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, but that's in the show, he's not like that. He's I'll be loyal.
Yeah,
but he's just I just don't want to fall in love.
And I think the book is fully different for how the whole engagement thing goes. Oh, I will say that's one thing that I didn't like about the show is how they did the engagement.
Yeah,
they were never engaged in the book.
So right? the way it goes down, is. And it's like the Duke and I, where it kind of is very anticlimactic. Yeah. And I think that's where the TV show adds a lot of drama to it, and it makes it a little bit more interesting. Yeah. So what happens in the book, they go to the country.
Yes.
They play Pall Mall or whatever. All that's still kind of the same.
Simon's actually there.
Simon's actually there.
I wish he was there in the show.
Thanks, whatever your name is.
Renej.
Renej, yeah. They do all that, and there's like they still have the thunderstorm scene.
Oh, I do like the thunderstorms.
Yeah. But back in the city, they kissed. They actually kiss when they get into a fight after he has that conversation with the opera singer, and they actually kiss. And I'm like, this did not happen in the TV show. And so then fast forward, they go to the country, and they play Pall Mall, and then they have the thunderstorm scene, and then the bee scene, which is in
the bee scene is so different though. He's like sucking out the venom.
Literally suck out the venom.
It's like he doesn't know how bee stings work.
She gets stung by this bee.
On like her boob.
Like right here, like her collarbone. And because in the TV show she does not get stung. It just like kind of...
No, it stings her.
Does it sting her?
Yeah, because I just rewatched it, is the only reason I know. But it stings her, but he's like waiting for her to like die basically.
Oh,
and
yeah.
She grabs his hand and puts it on her like heart.
That's what happens.
Which is way more romantic than what the hell happens here. He like tackles her.
She gets stung. He like freaks out and literally she gets stung like right here and literally like puts his mouth on her and like tries to suck the venom out. In broad daylight.
So funny.
In the garden. Like, it's wild.
So funny.
And
someone sees them, don't they?
The moms
yeah,
do.
And that's
Lady Featherington, Lady Danbury, and Lady Bridgerton.
And they're the ones that are like, you have to get married now.
Yes!
That's right.
And then they get engaged!
Yeah.
And then Edwina's fine with it. She's like, oh, it was suspected that y'all, like, had some feelings for each other. And I'm like...
Yeah.
I was like, what?
So, like,
And that happens in, like, chapter 14.
Yeah. Because most of their book is them already together and, like, falling in love.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It's completely different. But I will say, I did not like in the show the whole, like, plot line of him actually getting engaged to Edwina.
Oh, in the wedding.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like...
And leaving her at the altar. Like, they're leaving at the altar.
I don't think Anthony would actually do that.
Yeah.
Like, I think that was out of character for him.
Yeah.
I get that he was, like, trying to force himself to, like, not think about Kate.
Yeah.
But that's, like, the one thing that I was like, okay, I could have done with them figuring out a different way to get this to happen.
Yeah. Like... getting caught in a compromising position, maybe. Like, not get all the way to the wedding and, like, get engaged. Like, do it before the engagement.
Right. Have
the engagement happening, like, the last episode, and then it's like...
Yeah. You get caught there or something.
Yeah. It was wild.
Yeah.
I was like... it happened so early. It happened halfway through the book. I was like...
What are we doing here?
I was like, this is so different.
Because it's almost like he's convincing himself he doesn't like her in the show up until, like, the wedding. But this, it's like, he marries her and then is still convincing himself he doesn't love her.
Yeah. And then she gets in that carriage accident.
Mm-hmm. Not her riding in the horse, but...
Yeah. She's still getting in an accident, and then he's like, oh my god, I do love her.
I do love her.
Yeah. It's wild.
It is.
And I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. He's a lot less abrasive. There's an edge in the TV show.
Their personalities are just kind of, like, dialed down a little bit.
Yeah. I would agree.
But I think, again, that's, like, a very, like, old school romancy thing. Like, this one's probably from 2021, if that one was from 2020. She's written so many books.
You mean 2001?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Oh, this was actually from 2002, also.
Yeah.
Like, also not 2.
Yeah. It was wild.
But Julia Quinn must be a pen name.
Oh.
Says her name by Julia Coulter Pottinger.
Oh.
That's mostly why she changed her name.
Dang. Yeah. It was, I will say, this book gave me more Colin. Like, that's one of my biggest hang-ups with these books, is that, like, in the TV show...
You don't get the siblings.
But you get a lot of Colin in this one.
You do.
Because
I don't really know why they randomly threw Colin so much in there.
I don't know, but he meets her first, and then he, like, plays a trick on Anthony, because he's like...
Oh, yeah!
He's like, she's talking about you a lot.
Yeah.
And he thinks it's in a good way, and then he meets her, and she's like, I hate you. And he's like, oh, my brother. I'm gonna kill him. Oh, yeah. He's really funny in the book.
He is.
Yeah. But you don't get a lot of Benedict at all, I don't think.
Which is wild because then you go straight to his story next.
I know. They're just like, here you go. Here's Benedict.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was good. I think that they had to change it because I don't think like the story as it was would have like served the purpose that they were looking for on TV.
Well, we already had like one whole like compromise, get married, so I think you couldn't do it twice.
Yeah, exactly.
So I do agree with that, and it also got the Queen involved with the whole wedding thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I thought we'd see Edwina in season 3.
Oh yeah.
They alluded to her the Queen setting her up with the prince, but then they just like in passing in the first 4 episodes were like, she's doing well in the international market, and I'm okay.
And you know, I landed on like some Reddit thread that was talking about I was like talking about the like book compared to the TV show, and I didn't want to read it for like season 3 because I haven't read that book yet.
Yeah.
But I was like looking at it for like these two, and one person's like comment was like they did the sisters so dirty in the show because there's like they don't fight in the book.
No.
Like Edwina's just like, okay, y'all are engaged. It's not like a you betrayed me, you left him all along kind of thing.
Well, because you don't get that far in the book.
No, you really don't.
But if I'm show Edwina, I am pissed because I'm
in a wedding.
I'm
in a wedding dress.
I'm at my wedding and I realize that you're in love with him. Like that's different.
Yeah. But yeah, the people on Reddit were just like, they're just like, it's so different because it's just like, the sisters are fine in the book. But yeah, you're right. It's like, yeah, she's not at her wedding.
Yeah, there's a difference.
Yeah.
So, like, that's the only thing, like, I do think the show is better because I like them as characters better in the show. Like, I love Anthony and Kate in the show. Like...
Oh, they're great.
Like, that scene where he's just like, there's nowhere far enough away from you.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Oh, and they don't meet beforehand, like when they're riding horses, like in the very...
Oh, the very, very beginning.
Very beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just, like, meet at a ball or something.
Yeah, which is where they officially meet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets, like, her name and stuff.
Yeah, but, yeah, it's good. It's just so different.
Yeah, it is. So, yeah, I had read this one before I saw the show, though. This is the first one where I would have done that.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Nice. I would recommend.
Yeah. So I actually do have a question. So what are you planning on doing next? Are you going to skip Benedict and go to Colin?
No, I'm gonna give Benedict his day.
You're going to read them in the order they're meant to be read in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna give Benedict.
So Benedict's up next.
I'm giving Benedict his day.
Give him his moment.
Like, they're kind of pissing me off with him in season 3.
I actually think that you could probably finish all the books before the next drop, knowing how you read.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I think you should. I really want you to... There's some things happening that if you read Francesca's book too, will pick up on things.
Ooh.
So, like, right now, like, they're mixing things up. If you start... Okay, actually, we couldn't even talk about this in the first episode. Things happen in Eloise's book that also make their way into season 1.
Oh.
That you, like, wouldn't really understand.
Like, it's like Easter eggs that you don't know until you know.
Yeah.
Oh. Interesting.
So, like, really, if you get all the way up to the ones that I've read, and there could be more things that I haven't noticed because I haven't read the last 2. Mm-hmm. But, like, we are seeing Francesca's debut, so, like, she's in there. Obviously, Eloise is out.
Yeah.
The only thing you haven't, like, I think that Benedict hasn't really done anything related to his book yet. I think they're just, like, buying time for him, honestly, unless it, like, changes in the last 4 episodes.
What if they just, like, completely change it, like... Whatever is supposed to happen with him.
Supposedly, Julia Quinn made a deal where, like, they couldn't...
change who they end up with?
Take away the pairings.
Oh.
She was like, you can, like, mess with anything you want. Like, that's why, like, Eloise was allowed to, like, hang out with that poor boy.
Oh, the printing press guy.
Yeah. Like, that's not in-game. But,
Good.
like, she was like, I want them to end up with who I put them in. Because, you know, a lot of people want Benedict to be, like, have, like, a male love interest. And, like, they did allude to him probably being a little bi in the first season.
Yeah.
But, like, everyone's like, no, because she said this, so, like, he can't have that. Or, like, Eloise, like, having, like, a girl, because, like, she's a little bit more...
Yeah.
Whatever. And so, like, they could explore those feelings and things,
and ultimately,
I think they're gonna have to end up with their person.
Good on her, because like if I wrote all these books, like change what you want to change, but like it's at the end of the day, it's a romance book about these two people
that I like put together for a reason.
Put whatever obstacles you want in front of them.
For all the seasons that you have them. But so
nice.
We'll see.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited about Benedict's book. His is one of the ones that I see ranked pretty high.
It's not. I like it. There's things that he does in it that really frustrate me. But I like Benedict. I like him more in the show. He's very different in the show.
Oh, okay.
I think he's a lot funnier in the show.
Okay.
But yeah, so we'll be back with Benedict's book next then.
Yes. And then following with Colin's book. And season 3 that's currently
airing now. We're in the middle
of season. Yeah, we've done the first part.
Mm-hmm. It's so good.
So good. It makes me want to read Benedict's book like now, so I can read that one before it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I probably could read them all for the drop.
I think you could.
We have almost 4.
Oh, you have a month.
Yeah.
And they're like shortish.
Yeah.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
can do it.
Goals.
You love a good goal.
I do.
She'll read a book in a night. I don't even know why I'm like pretending like she
goals
needs this goal put in front of her. Yeah, the Viscount Who Loved Me. So I guess like maybe for each of these as we go we can like rank them, like stack rank them.
Yeah.
So like right now I would put like this over Duke and I.
Absolutely.
So we can at least like start that way too.
Yeah, definitely Anthony's story over Daphne's right now.
Yeah. Sweet. And we'll keep like changing it as we go.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm cool with that.
Sweet. Well, catch us next time for Benedict's book.
Yes, and cheers to cheers to Anthony. I'll give him a cheers.
You know, he's got daddy issues and he deserves love.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
Bye.